All right, let's take you to Parliament now, where crime intelligence head Dumisani Khumalo will face questions after a day of shocking testimony yesterday. Among some of his more jarring submissions, Khumalo told members of Parliament that nearly all senior police officers in Gauteng are working with criminal cartels. He says highly trained police officials have also been working for criminal cartels, arguing that this blurs the lines and impacts police operations. Zoleka Qodashe sat through those proceedings and joins us now live. It's just one of those proceedings where you continue to gasp, and even just one of the members of Parliament yesterday even stating as much when Dumisani Khumalo made those proclamations yesterday. Zoleka, good morning.
Good morning, Arabil, and good morning to the viewers. We expect that today will be the continuation of that questioning of Dumisani Khumalo, the head of crime intelligence, but also the leader of the political killings task team in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, yesterday we heard a series of other allegations, new information that came to the fore and was thrust in the spotlight when he essentially shifted the focus to Gauteng. You'll remember that it was the evidence of the top cop in KwaZulu-Natal, that's in Qodashe, that the PKTT was a missed target. And essentially, what Dumisani Khumalo did yesterday is corroborate that testimony that was given by Qodashe. And what he also said is that essentially the cops in Gauteng are on the payroll of members of drug cartels. He spoke about a Brigadier Nkwashu essentially trying to receive or take the dockets that were seized. You'll remember that on the 6th of December 2024, there was that operation on the property of Vusimuzi Kat Matlala, but also on the property of Qodashe Molefe. And he says that after those dockets were moved, he tried, that is Brigadier Nkwashu, tried to retrieve the docket in relation to Qodashe Molefe. And that is when he deduced that there may have been that particular link between Qodashe Molefe as well as these various members of the SAPS. He also spoke about Richard Shibiri, who is the head of organized crime in the province of Gauteng, and how essentially after the murder of Armin Swart, there was that attempt by Shibiri to ensure that another police officer, that is Puletau, would not be denied bail, and that in fact attempted to sway investigating officers in not opposing the bail of the bail application of the accused in those various matters. And so that is the focus that was brought, or rather the allegations that were brought to the attention of lawmakers yesterday. But let's just take a listen to what Dumisani Khumalo had to say in relation to those officers in Gauteng.
There is this, what is happening in Gauteng, where the highly trained combat members of SAPS are moonlighting for the cartels. In other words, working outside their working hours. It happened to the team, I think, on 2 occasions when they are moving with the combat teams from Gauteng. They get to a cartel member. And then the member will ask, hey, what are you doing here? Because you were with me last weekend working for me.
Now, Arabile, it is the testimony of Dumisani Khumalo that essentially Puletau was then given that bail, or rather his bail application when he appealed it was successful after the intervention of Shibiri. He also says that Nkwashu, Brigadier Nkwashu, is the same police officer that has been seen, according to investigations, going to correctional facilities in which Qodashe Molefe has been held and essentially bringing him food as well as clothes in an unmarked vehicle. That is some of the testimony that we heard yesterday. We expect that he will continue on this trajectory when he faces those questions from lawmakers today. Those proceedings are expected to kick off at 10 a.m. Arabile.
10 a.m. is when we will join those proceedings as they kick off. Zoleka, Qodashe, thank you so much for giving us that update. Out of Parliament in Cape Town.